This is Doug Williams with Viva Las Vegas Autos, bringing in another fantastic vehicle. This is a really cool 1973 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. The neat part about this vehicle is I actually bought this one here locally from a local owner that owned it for decades, and he bought it from the original owner, so a two-owner vehicle according to him, and he repainted it about, he said about 10 years ago, and I bought it about 2 years ago. This is a fully numbers matching original vehicle in its original color, even though that when it came out from the factory it was a base color orange paint. This one has a slight pearl metallic in it, which is really pretty and really sets the car off, but looks nice. You don't see the metallic until you get up closer when you walk around it, but it's a very nice look on the car. As far as the paint goes, yes, it is older, but it is in shiny, great shape. As you see walking around, you'll see the shine on it. There are a few flaws, nicks, and chips that were touched up over time, but this was a baby of his, and he kept it in great shape. When we got it, we actually drove it, but it was obviously in need of general maintenance all the way around on the car. So we took this car and thought at first it would be just basic general stuff, checking brakes and doing brake lines and things like that, but it turned out to be a whole lot bigger project, and 2 years later it's ready to hit the market. We did a lot to this car, and the entire drivetrain, undercarriage, rear end, the actual rear differential case was completely rebuilt on this thing. We had the transmission out of this car, resealed it. We had the engine out of this car, resealed it. All the suspension has all been renewed. All the entire braking system has been renewed on the vehicle. And then when I bought the car, the leather seats, they were original leather seats to the car, and they were rough. Really, the only roughest part of the car was the leather seats. So I thought, you know what, I need to replace those with original leather in the original color. So we went ahead and did that too. But overall now, when you look at this car and when you drive it, it drives fantastic. It looks more like a full restoration. Most people looking at it when they come to the shop think it is, and yet it's more of what I'd call a refurbishing, but it is an exceptional driver and very confident in driving it. In fact, interesting enough, when we thought we had finished the vehicle, I took it out about a month ago to go out to a car show with the car, and when I took it out, since it hadn't been really test driven after all the work had been done, I realized that there was a noise in the rear end, and that's when we discovered that the rear end needed to be rebuilt, so we had it redone. And then when we did that, we replaced all the suspension parts on the rear end. All the torsion arms and everything like that were all replaced at the time. So a lot of work has been put into this. A lot of money's actually been put into this, but it has great eyeball, great finish, great driving characteristics, and it's a rare 1973 with that chrome rear bumper on it. 350 motor in it. It's a 300 horsepower one. Inside, it's really in great shape. Very little wear. Original carpets, original dash. It's in excellent condition. The original door panels are on the car, and really they're in really decent condition. They're not perfect. See a little crack there, but they are in very decent condition. And it's the deluxe interior with the wood application that you can see there. Interior console is in good shape, but it does have a crack there on the top. Power windows. It's a tilt telescopic car with air conditioning. We did not replace the air conditioning. We left it as is, because some people will go with the aftermarket air, or they'll buy it in an area where they don't even use air. So we did not want to spend the money on the air conditioning, because half the time my clients don't use it, but it is there and fully intact. Like I said, the seats were leather. Got those from Al Koch, and they're in excellent condition because they're brand new. So let's take this thing for a drive and see how it goes. Again, in these Corvettes, just have a great feel. The T-tops are in great shape up above. Like I said, that door panel is excellent. The dash is excellent. Underneath the dash, it's in great shape. You'll see these in the pictures. If you can look at there, you can see that without the cover on there. No cracks. It's in great shape. A nice little cover on it, keeping the sun off it. We do that here in Vegas. Keep the sun off these dashes. As far as drive quality now, this car drives fantastic. One start, compression was great on the engine. The gauges all work. Temperature gauges, fuel gauges all work. Oil pressure and everything, all that works. We did not bother to replace the stereo because we know somebody will have their choice on that as well. And there's that information with the wood interior, which is pretty cool too. And let's take this thing for a spin because it drives fantastic. It's great feel, and you won't have to, spend $100,000 to restore one yourself. That's what it costs to do a frame off restoration. To do a car that drives as good as this one, and you'll have a car that you'll be proud to take to any car show as well. On the front windshield there, that's a tint at the top. It's the darker tint there that can be removed if you need, if in your area. Some places that's not legal. Nevada it is. Car sounds great, brakes fantastic. Everything's new there. The engine compartment was redone very nicely. Looks great out there as well. You'll see all that in the pictures. Most importantly with these test drives is to take you on a spin so you can see that the car does perform and drive and run perfectly. Which it really does. At this point I wouldn't hesitate to drive this anywhere in the United States either. It's that nice a car. So it has great shifting on the tranny. All been redone. The car is definitely fast. It feels like a Corvette. It feels like one too, which is nice. Brakes nice and straight. I'm on the brakes. Hands off the steering wheel. It's a nice straight stop. So again, if you're looking for a real high quality, what I'd call driver, but looks very showy and not a car that's just been pulled out of a backyard and shined up. This car actually has had thousands of dollars worth of repairs done and modifications done to make it a excellent driver, and we'll go through that on our ad as to how much money was spent in this car, because there was a lot of hours and a lot of time spent making this thing fantastic. So if you have any questions about price, don't email. This is an auction that it's on, so don't email, ask me what my bottom line is. Your offer is what counts. I do not respond to people who ask me what my bottom line is or what my reserve is. It's just ridiculous. Doesn't matter what that number is. What matters is what a willing buyer is willing to offer and pay. I've learned that with 30 years of doing the business. So give me a holler. Call me, 702-353-7500. I will talk about pricing, what I think and stuff like that, but I want to talk to a person who's willing to make an offer. If you're looking, there's lots of cars out there. You can figure out what they're all asking for them. But if you're a serious buyer, you know what to do. Call me at 702-353-7500, and I'd be happy to have a nice conversation with you. I'm an easy person to deal with and fantastic to make deals with. I guarantee that. So give me a chance and call me with your best offer. And we'll probably make it come together if you got a brain in your head. Anyways, this is Doug Williams, Viva Las Vegas Autos, and bringing another fun car from our stables. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.